Protectors of the Grid. Chapter 41. The water was warm from the California sunshine, but still cool enough to be refreshing. Will and Ben burned off a lot of tension and anxiety racing each other from one end of the pool to the other. Charlie had chosen laps and now rested at the shallow end, her elbows leaning on the bumpy, non-slip tiles around the edge. Tara indulged her favorite childhood pastime, doing flips and turns underwater, like a mermaid, in a life she could almost remember. Still in a semi-altered state, she could almost see the shadowy shapes of temple columns and feel other merpeople swimming around her. Well-being bubbled up inside her. Unfortunately, she was human and still had to breathe air. Tara burst through the surface of the water like a happy dolphin and landed with a splash that drenched Ben and Will, stretched out in the sun beside the pool. "Hey," Ben shouted. "Cut it out, cuz." Will had been half asleep now that exercise, warmth, and food had relaxed him. He shook his head and wiped water out of his eyes. Tara swam easily over to the side, then deliberately hit the water with the heel of her palm, sending a flurry of drops over them again. "Any pizza left?" "You don't deserve it," Ben snarled. "I was almost dry." "Not likely," Tara retorted. "You'll always be wet behind the ears, Ben," Will chuckled. "Are you two ever going to grow up?" he asked, irritation tempered by indulgence. "Not likely," Tara affirmed. "Where's my pizza?" Charlie called from the other side of the pool. "They ate all the meat one, but there's still half of the veggie. It's completely cold by now, though." "I can deal with that." Tara placed both palms on the side of the pool and hoisted herself out. Will watched those long legs curl beneath her as she rose gracefully and sauntered over to the concrete picnic table, where the pizza boxes sat beneath a blue sunbrella. She pushed the top box aside, flipped open the one beneath, grabbed a slice, and took a bite. Even congealed, the flavors of cheese, tomatoes, mushrooms, onions, and peppers pleased her palate. She grabbed a second slice and a napkin and wandered back to where the guys now sat, their legs dangling in the water. She sat down beside them and called to Charlie. "Come over here, girl. I have something to tell, and I need all of us together." They were quiet after she finished telling them her dream. Charlie was thoughtful but did not appear surprised. Ben was wild-eyed, bordering on agitated. Will reached over and clasped him on the shoulder for reassurance. "Take a break, kid. You knew this was a possibility." "Could it just be an ordinary dream?" Ben asked hopefully. Tara turned to look at him without comment, her refusal to answer a potent statement in itself. Will was trying to be patient, but he was feeling the strain. "Are we going to have to go over everything again, Ben? We're running out of time here." Ben took a deep breath and shook himself. No, I don't need to have my nose rubbed in it anymore. So what do we do now?" Charlie spoke up. "The first thing I'm going to do is find out if the minerals we're using cohabit geologically with jade or gold." She pointed at Ben. "The first thing you are going to do is find out if anyone at Cybershark is even remotely connected in any way with China, and get Patty to help. You know you can trust her, and she's an ace assistant." "Yup." Charlie looked at the other two and waited. Tara spoke first. "I can help Ben screen employees. That's grunt detective work. But first, and more important, we need to see how our allies can help. Before we run around like a bunch of headless chickens, let's go into ceremony and see what we can learn." Will nodded, then Charlie. Ben shrugged his shoulders and agreed. "Okay, who's in charge?" Tara looked at Will, who shook his head. "No, my lady, I think you've got this one. Lead the way."